Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel, House of Sue International TV. If you're watching for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love very much by name. I'm your host. I can be your model, your heart, I can be anything you want me to be. So what's trending for you on Twitter this morning? Trending for you this morning. Today is 3rd of April 2025 and the time is I think 10 minutes to 9 if I'm not mistaken. So what's trending for you this morning is let's just NNPC trending this morning. Let's talk on NNPC this morning. NNPC this morning. Yeah, I think the president has just appointed somebody else to be the chairman and executive director of NNPC Nigeria. Quite interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what's going on NNPC this morning. I want to say congratulations. Let's just see congratulations to Malam Mole Kiari on successfully completing his tenure at NNPC Limited. Okay, since joining the Nigerian, okay. So this congratulations to the former boss and a new boss has just been appointed recently by the president. Okay? So I say we don't have the rights.
We have to be very careful. People have the rights. I keep saying it. We don't have a right as Muslims to block the road because we want to pray. We don't have that right. People have a right of passage. They have a right to use the roads. If your mosque cannot accommodate many people, who it can accommodate should stay, the others should go elsewhere. How will say we are Muslims and we're causing harm to our neighbors? Why would we be blocking roads because we want to pray? Even if it is 5 minutes, somebody can lose his life in that 5 minutes. Someone is sick, they need to rush him to the hospital, you block the road. Tell me how that person will not die. Let alone the nonsense we do in this town. Here in Ilorin, people are so wicked that on Saturdays, sometimes even on weekdays, because they want to do naming ceremony or wedding ceremony, they block the road. You would have reached out of half of the road before you realize that they have their tents on the road. You have to go back. Wallahi, whoever is doing this should go and repent. It is a very bad habit.
The man was saying about people blocked the road during the first season of the Muslim, and I believe that he's right to an extent, okay? So let's take another tweet. Let's see what's going on Twitter this morning, on X this morning. Let's go on that week this morning. I think Burkina Faso is raining. It's trending this morning. Admiralty is trending. Osimhen is trending. I would like to take Osimhen this morning. Okay, let's go take Osimhen. Let's see what's going on Osimhen. Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken, if I get the club correctly, see Galatasaray, I think it's called Go for Galatasaray, taking them to the semi-final. Okay, 32 goes so far. Let's see what Osimhen is saying. Let's see what's going on. I think it wasn't an opportunity to be in the training recently, but I think he took the club to the final against their opponent. Okay, let's see what they say. So the report about Victor Osimhen feeling some pain days before the match were not forced. Okay, I think he was feeling some pain and was unable to be on the pitch, if I'm not mistaken. But luckily, he didn't miss the match, taking the club Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken, yes, taking the club to the semi-finals. Congratulations to Victor Osimhen. He's a great player. Just playing Nigerian. He was able to take Nigeria to the World Cup 2026. That's our prayer, because he also been in the World Cup, because he hasn't been in World Cup ever since he got into spotlight here. Ever since I've been playing for the national team, he hasn't been to World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. And his dream is for him to be in the World Cup at least once before he finally hangs his boot. But he's still a young guy. I think he has a lot of potential. Okay, Burkina Faso is showing this. But let's see what's going on with Burkina Faso. Wow, very interesting. Okay, Ibrahim Traore declared education is free for all Burkina Faso children. This education is the basic community and all. The man is doing very, very well. Also declared adopt traditional attire for all school uniform. And I think recently just changed the uniform of the judiciary to their native attire. That is very, very quite interesting. Okay, Mark McCon said we must strengthen our friendship with Captain Ibrahim Traore, president of Burkina Faso. Okay, very interesting. I think they sent the France out of the picture, and ever since then the country have experienced great development. I think I love this. I love what the president is doing. Within the space of 2 years, they have accomplished so much for Burkina Faso. I love this. Okay.
What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. If you care the least bit about our future, how else are we going to get France out of Africa? How else are we going to get Britain, Germany, all those former colonizers? They're now in as multinationals, siphoning billions out of Africa, using safe havens to hide their returns. We know they're here. They are now wolf in sheep's clothing. What is it going to take? If you look at the move that Niger made, by simply saying, France, you can no longer buy our uranium for 80 cents a kilo, when we know very well you're selling it for 200 euros per kilo. Niger was realizing about 1 billion out of the sales of its uranium a year, while France was realizing close to 300 billion. That one move alone, when Niger said, if you want our uranium, 200 euros a kilo, please. Immediately, 300 billion. 1 million. It's not going to take much to change Africa. We got what it takes. If there's one thing we're very fortunate of, we're endowed with everything the rest of the world needs. The truth of the matter is, it's not going to take much to change Africa. We got what it takes. If there's one thing we're very fortunate of, we're endowed with everything the rest of the world needs. The truth of the matter is, we don't need the world. The world needs Africa. But do we really know that and believe in it and are ready to stand up and proclaim who we are? And let them know. But I've sat in meetings where I've seen ministers, America, can you help us with this? Europe, can you help us? Begging endlessly for something that we have. Whatever they are giving you is what they stole from us. And they are giving you peanuts. When are we going to stop being outsmarted by these people? They come smiling at you.
Guys, so the lady in the video was last saying about the Western world should leave Africa alone. So she is talking about African liberation. I think it is time for Africans, especially Nigeria, who are the giant of Africa, to step forward and do something about Africa. Enough is enough for all this. Let's see what it has to say.
I listened so very keenly to Dumbuya in Guinea-Conakry. I listened very keenly to Aita in Niger. I listened very keenly to Traore in Burkina Faso. And these are not coup d'etats. These are revolutions. They are revolutions because it has become obvious that those who are lackeys of France in the Sahelian region were manipulating the electoral process, were using institutions such as the judiciary for purposes of perpetuating the French agenda. And that these young men from the military came out and said, no, when the people cannot do it through traditional revolution, we are going to do it through the barrel of the gun and use the institution of the military to change the equation. And they have changed the equation. And I remember all the three leaders, Traore in Burkina, and I remember the new.
Okay guys, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I will bring you more details of what's going on. Okay guys, we'll bring you more details of what's going on. YouTube channel. We love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, stay tuned for more updates as we're about to run it up. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first person to get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much. I love you guys. This is what's going on Twitter this morning or this morning. You can go and see for yourself. This video is for those who are not on Twitter. And don't forget that Mr. Music Nigeria International is currently going on. You can pick your phone online or offline. And to call, you can call on 08169 741-959 to register, or 090-2148-2753. 08169 741-959. Thank you so much. I love you guys. See you.